We got a comment on this video, this clip that we did about deconstruction, um, basically being parasitic. That's the topic. I mean, that's the title of it, you know. Um, and got one comment, just one person, and I just want to show you. He's wrote a lot, man, and this is a personal thing for me. I'm not a big fan of deconstructionists. I've had interactions with them, and it hasn't been very helpful. It's typically not very helpful. So this dude, if I go into the comments here and I say all comments, I think this might be the original. Oh yeah, this is the original comment. So basically his feedback is this gives away the whole problem. Their philosophy is built around itself and not what is supported in evidence. We're not necessarily deconstructing the ideas that we created ourselves. If that's a problem, explain how. Otherwise, you're just telling me I feel certain, so it's the truth, and I have no way to separate that from a 2-year-old having a tantrum. So I knew this was going to be a problem because this is how deconstructionists are, and the linguistic analysis people, they very much they get tied up on a thing, right? So the thing is, it's very empiricist, in my opinion. I'm not I'm not opposed to deconstruction, right? And I'm gonna go through a couple of his responses are so long. I can't even bring all of them up. But I'll just say that like this. I'm not opposed to deconstruction. And I don't think you're opposed to deconstruction at all either.
Right. We are
But
analysts. All we do is deconstruct. That part is that that is a foundation of how we get to first principles.
right, it helps us, right? It helps us. But deconstruction as an activity is not a primary. Life is construction. We're constructing things, and deconstruction helps us get to better questions, right? Or question things better. It's not a primary. It's not. Don't don't raise deconstruction to this elevated level like it's beyond life. And so this is what happened in this conversation. So for me, when he says the philosophy is built around itself, what I hear there is that I don't, I am evaluating evidence for the sake of evidence. That's what I hear. Right. And I, because if somebody were to say the philosophy is built around myself as like a selfish thing, as not even a selfish thing, as a I don't have any care in the world other than me. That's one thing. I wouldn't want that. But what I'm hearing is that I don't really understand the concept of being an individual. And so therefore, I don't evaluate the evidence in its relationship to the individual. I evaluate the evidence in its relationship to some whatever thing that I feel like I'm trying to relate it to right now. That's what I get from it. I don't know if you get a different.
It's there's a bunch of assumptions that are being made that are unhelpful and not what we're talking about in the sense of like we're both attacking straw men or at least attacking different parts of this problem, which is very hard. When like, oh, their philosophy is built around theirself. All philosophy is built around the person who's speaking because it's that person's philosophy. That's how philosophy works, right? It's the actual understanding that we have of the world. So like when I hear someone say their philosophy is built around themselves, I think that they mean that their philosophy is built to protect their um things that they care about. Their the values that you have of your own. Your philosophy is built to take care of your own self-esteem, your own self-confidence, your own self-respect. And I'm like, okay, that is something that people do that may not be relevant in this case. That may not be what we are even talking about on the whole. Like you said before, life is based off of construction. Only the actions change reality. When we come against when we come into life, the only way we get to stay alive is if we construct something to actively help us stay alive. We must go and acquire resources. We must go and farm and work and do things and relate to actively build a life and a lifestyle that will keep us alive. Construction has to happen.
Right.
Step one, construction.
For it to
Later,
deconstruct, yes.
right? Later, we can say, like, hey, we did all these things. Some things work better than others. I wonder why. Now that I'm asking why, let me deconstruct that. Let's say what things we did, how that happened, what happened when we did that, and then figure out why that happened every time we did. And then the more we ask why, the more we can deconstruct that to better understand the construction process. But the construction process is primary, the main point that we're getting at, and the main thing we're going to do to have life. After the life foundation is there, then we could talk about how helpful the deconstructive process is.
Right. And that's the point that I'm trying to kind of talk about with this person. I mean, you pretty much said everything that I said. Like, to me, that's how life works, right? Construction is
Logically,
how
that's
life
how
works.
logic works. It's not, we're not asking people to believe us really hard. We're saying, look, we have evidence of logic. This is how everything is constructed.
Well, but here,
Now, how can we build from here?
that's true. But even with life is primary, life is primary to even logic. Like
Yes,
logic doesn't even exist before life.
thank you. Yes,
So life comes first. We'll figure the logic part out later. You know what I'm saying? And
it's just
so
the
for me,
prerequisite. Life is the prerequisite. It's not.
right.
This is the assumption we made coming into the conversation: is that life happened and that construction happened. Those were the assumed basis of everything.
And that's to be the part that fell apart in this conversation with this dude because he keeps agreeing with that, but then he keeps elevate like, all right, my response to that was basically, yeah, that's how life works. There's no knowledge outside of the perspective of living beings. And, you know, I'm saying like, yo, it's no kind of disembodied mystical knowledge that exists out there in a vacuum. Like you have to be evaluating and deconstructing in the service of life. Because if you're not doing that, I don't know what you would be doing. I don't understand what any of this stuff would be.